Arthur Garber, the Harbor Barber by Joe Frank. In a seaside town on a cozy little bay, ships of all kinds often dock for the day. There a man lives, loved by tourists and fishers, known throughout the world to do magic with scissors. With his flawlessly cut and coiffed pompadour, Arthur Garber greets his visitors ashore. "Ahoy there," he says as he shakes a wet hand. "Come into my shop. Welcome to land." A fisherman sits down in Arthur's red chair. He gives him a spiffy shag cut with much flair. The fisherman cheers. "I'll catch more fish than ever." He returns to sea, having never looked better. A flashy white cruise ship floats up with fanfare, and he comes to folks in fluorescent swimwear. Sunburned, well-fed, and rested to boot, the cruisers pile in, plump with overripe fruit. Next comes the crew from a huge naval fleet. They need high and tight cuts, especially neat. Out come the clippers that shear extra short. Once they are clean cut, they'll be leaving the port. Captains of speedboats are always quick work. Rascals on rafts must look good when they smirk. Owners of houseboats want trouble-free mains. Coast guards need locks to withstand heavy rains. One bright summer day, Arthur saw in the distance a crude raft and rider in need of assistance. When the castaway landed, a tale he did tell of a ship overturned by a tropical swell. "For more than a year I've been lost out at sea. My kids must wonder what's happened to me." Catching the sight of his frightful reflection, he burst into tears, fearing family rejection. "I can't return home," he wept. "I'm a mess." But Arthur took pity and stepped up to the test. "Come here, my good man. Sit down in my chair." Arthur sharpened his shears and took stock of the hair. There was simply so much of it, frazzled and frizzy. Anyone else would have left feeling dizzy. What followed then became a maritime myth, a castaway saved by a master hairsmith. The sun rose and set, the tide came and went. Arthur chopped, trimmed, and teased until he was spent. And from under a pelt so wild and frightful emerged a young man who looked rather delightful. Strikingly styled, the fellow's spirit did swell. He thanked Arthur Garber and bid him farewell. His landlubber family must miss him so much. He hurried off shouting, "I'll be in touch." Time and tide cycled as they do without fail. Arthur's passion for hairstyling never did pale. He thought of a castaway friend day and night. Was he safe at home? Did he make it all right? Then into the bay flew a bird with a note, the contents of which simply made Arthur float. "Dear Arthur," it read, "you have saved my hide. When I returned home, my crew filled with pride. We think you're the best, so we've built a pontoon, and with any luck, we'll be seeing you soon." Be you captain of yacht or sailor of seas, take from the story whatever you please. But for quality cuts, you need not float farther than the bay with the shop of the great Harbor Barber.